we're not gonna do this tomorrow because there's no access to the meter. Oh, she says, well, the plumber will put his meter in. What? So now, our meter is out there with the plumber somewhere, and he's got his meter. So I told her, it's theft of service. There's water going through an unauthorized meter. I need to know the reading on the meter and how much water, otherwise we're gonna estimate a fairly high amount of water use while you're doing a remodel.
Plus it's probably not compatible with our.
And I told her, when I change that meter out, well, that's exactly, when I change that meter out, that other old meter has to be in our hands. Because I ran into that problem before where a meter was missing, and that's another case, same place, Washingtonville, Mass. But we need to have that old meter, we'll put the new one in and have the old meter in our hands. So I think we have to going forward, we have to, you know, and it's not gonna happen that often. I mean, how many, I don't know how many times, how often they go in to upgrade meters?
Well, what happened over Washingtonville Manor was, in the past, I don't know what happened since I retired, but Washingtonville Manor used to come in and they used to pay for it, because those meters freeze all the time.
And they would have to pay, they froze, they have to pay, that's in the code.
And then we would go to the building, we would go to the Washingtonville Manor and seal that meter and get the numbers and get the old meter. Now, I don't think that we seal meters anymore, right?
No,
See, that was one of the avenues that you have. When you seal the meter, you are saying that meter is correct, and you make sure you have the correct reader, I think.
well, mine is sealed, I think, mine was put in but mine was put in '06, I think.
And we used to seal them, just so you had a record of what's going on.
Yeah,
Now, I don't know why there's two different readers, because we have census technology, but I don't know
no,
what happened in the past. I don't
Yeah.
know what they're using.
no.
We had census technology meters, and we had a universal reader. There was no, just two different
I
meters.
agree, and
I don't know
I'm
what
at the
changed.
point where I gotta talk to Chris, and we have to sit down and see how many accounts we have in Brookside, in Washingtonville Manor, and determine how many get this reader and how many get that reader, and what we have to do to bring it together and use one.
Well, it must be the touch read that's causing your issue.
Yeah, it's a touch read, because
It's
it's
a touch read.
two different touch reads, yes.
Yeah,
Well, I think one of the issues is that a plumber changed out a meter.
Right.
But that probably happened a lot over there.
That's, well, if
And
it,
we're allowing it to happen.
that's
Because we're talking
that's
about
theft of
it.
service.
Well, we're allowing it to happen because we're talking right now about it. So I think we need to, it could be a code enforcement issue. She's going over there tomorrow. I will ask her to go over there tomorrow. We're going to shut the water off.
To that one,
That's going to that meter,
38, man,
whatever it is,
whatever it is.
until they start to do things right.
Well, her complaint was that she never gets called back from Chris. I said, well, you have my 36 man. Which way she wants to go.
I'm sorry, Paul, since you know the code pretty well, is there any fines we can levy right now for what they did?
The standard 250, oh, what, for that? No, for that, that's a criminal offense, in my opinion, that's theft of service.
Nothing in the
There you
code
go.
that covers that?
That's theft of service, that's in the penal law.
So,
So in our water
In the
code,
water,
there's nothing about that.
it would probably be a stupid $250 fine, but in the penal law, it would be a misdemeanor.
so they admitted to you, not to interrupt you, they admitted to you that their plumber
Yes.
brought their own meter in?
Yes, because they were doing, her complaint was that, or statement was, she never got a call back from Chris, and she called him on such and such a date and left a message.
Everything.
And he was doing renovation at the trailer. And so he needed water, and every time they turned the water on with our meter in there, it was leaking. So he put his meter in there. So I told her, I said, you just told me that you're stealing services from me, and it's against
There's
the law.
no way of reading the meter.
Huh?
There's no way of reading that meter.
And she hasn't,
It's not compatible.
and she hasn't called me back, so yeah, if you wanna send Jeannie over there, because
we're gonna send Jeannie in, if you could, I'll ask her to call you.
He's probably scurrying to get the rest of whatever work he's doing there. That's why, because I said, you got my cell phone number, call, and she hasn't called.
Well, I'm gonna ask Jeannie to pull the permits that are on file. Okay,
36 Manor Drive, yeah.
if they are stealing the water, as you put it,
They are.
stealing water,
If it's not on meter, they're stealing water.
It's an offense. Chief, we gotta just do whatever the law says we could do. Okay? I mean, but for us to be talking about somebody who's breaking the law is crazy, and us not doing anything.
Can I make a suggestion to you?
It's crazy, sure.
Go over there, send the water guy over there, shut the water off. All right? Then you'll get action.
Yeah, that's a good
And
idea.
then-
Just,
Then what will happen is, if this lady is home or whatever,
I don't know if anybody's in there. They're renovating, I don't know if
That's
anybody's
what
in
I'm
there.
saying,
Shut
who
them.
owns it?
shut the water off.
Well, that's
And
gonna
put
be
it-
part of it, and
put
we're gonna
a tag
disconnect,
on the
that's all part of it.
Put a tag on the door that your water's being shut off due to a meter problem. And I've done this twice. I've done it up on North Street, and I've done it one other place. And it was from our Curly guys. Shut the water off. Then let them respond back to you. Say, hey, my water's not working. Okay, Manor Drive, we shut it off due to this. Then, if they give you a hard time, then you go after theft of services. And then I would get a hold of the management company
Well, I'll call her right after the meeting and leave her a message
that,
to tell her we're gonna turn it off.
to turn it off. You gotta notify them that you're turning it off. Then, you get a hold of whoever this management company is over there.
But it just gives us more, I know the meeting still has not been set up with the
Yeah, I know.
owners of these properties, not Andrea, the manager.
No, the owners.
The owners. One is in
Right.
Minneapolis, I believe, and the other is in Rhode Island. They need to fly, drive, walk.
Well,
We
the
need to
guy,
have a meeting here
corporate
with our
is,
attorneys.
corporate is in Albany, and I mean, he responded when I emailed him about them not answering the phones, because I was calling down there in Nanuet, and I got the answering service
He's
again.
really the region manager.
Yeah, but he's still corporate. He got her to call me up within an hour.
Right.
The phone rang, and it was Andrea from, I understand you have a hard time getting a hold of me. I said, yeah, I'm waiting for a return.
Well, I'm still waiting for
Since
the
last
meeting
summer,
last Martin Luther King Day.
Yeah.
I'm still waiting for,
Can I, whatever plan we take besides shutting the water off, there's gotta be something we can find immediately. I think that-
Well, we'd have to go through the hoops. They'd have to, I'm sure Jeannie would have to serve them, and then they'd have to, come to a meeting.
Yeah.
And is it, I don't know, there's a name on the account now, but is it that person, or is it the person that's renovating it, or is it the management company? Who's doing the renovation, who's living in there right now?
so tomorrow we'll get somebody to call back.
Oh, I'll leave her a message after the meeting.
I think as soon as the water goes off.
Yeah.
Yeah, she'll call me tomorrow morning, when I tell her the water's gonna
8
go off.
o'clock, you shut it off. I'm sure you'll get a response.
Unless they're already done with the project, like you said, they're probably pretty finished.
Well, I told her, she said the plumber was gonna give the meter to her, so why are you giving it to you? Have them meet us there, and we'll change out the meter and give us the old meter.
What was your first conversation with them? Do you remember?
First, with them, or with, this was, when was this? When did I go over there? I'd have to look it up, but I could tell you. I'm not gonna go through the whole thing, well, what are we in, May? Yeah.
2018, so hopefully we won't have to.
No,
We're narrowing it
I'll
down to
have
2018.
to, I'll look, I'll tell, I go.
Okay.
You keep talking, I'll
For
look.
this year?
Yeah, don't be for me.
No, I'm thinking you only have a couple of months to look at them.
That's what I took to.
I was being kind.
You were being very nice.
I'll tell you.
Okay, while we're on pumps and meters and things, We have two residents.
Excuse me, can I
Yep.
interrupt for a
Sure.
second? It was at 4:28 PM on, May 11th. 4:20, I talked to Maria. She's the one that deals with 36 Mile.
She works for the company.
She works for RHP. They all have, different properties that they're responsible for. 4:28 PM on May 11th. Is that close enough? And I spoke with her for 8 minutes and 40 seconds.
Wow,
That's the police in
that's a long conversation.
How long?
8 minutes and 40 seconds.
Where's the last of this
We have ordered two pumps, the same type of pumps that we ordered on Tower Hill from Grenfors.
for the Grenfors pumps, but it came from Quimby Equipment.
Yeah. Quimby Equipment, total $1,600. It's the same situation where, since the removal of the tower, they don't have water pressure. And the installation was done by Carl Endick, I believe, on Saturday, and I think it took them 12 minutes each. So it's 1, 2, 3, but the pumps is $1,600 total for both. And I believe everyone else is below the level, so they have their water pressure is fine. So, send that PO. There are two pumps in New York, so we could have them here probably next week. In the packet, this was from Marvin Nyman. It said we met with him, which trustee Kumar and I met with, probably
It's the
the
original.
Friday, yeah, it's the original, it hasn't changed. Probably the Friday before the I think the 17th was a Saturday. He came in today, he started putting in some, or discussing some policies. For the past couple of days, Mary Ann, one of his associates, has been working very closely with Erin, who, they're happy with what she's doing. She's a quick learner. So they're happy, and we need to discuss this with our auditors, because our conversation with Marvin was, the village is under no, we're not obligated, thank you, legally obligated, to provide an audit each year, as we have been in the past. I felt today, talking with him, that we were being audited. Okay, so he feels confident that, and Mary Ann feels confident that as we transition, that Erin would be able to work on the AUD, the annual audit. So we're not paying Nugent Hausler for that. And eventually we could, once Nugent Hausler has completed previous years, we could wean ourselves off of that. And I believe their bill was like $30,000. You know, and their prices, you know, I think they're in here. Marion's a little bit cheaper, I think $125 an hour. Marvin's at $225 or $250 an hour. Marvin's 200.
And staff is 110.
Okay,
Well,
there you go.
180.
Right, and that's what the conversation that we had back then, was we have to monitor, because we really don't want, or do we need, you know, two attorneys on our staff. But if they're doing the work, or they're doing the work and we're doing the work, we could wean ourselves off of $30,000.
So your accountants.
For the
Nugent House.
Nugent House. Yeah, I know we would, I'm not gonna say anything else. No more donuts.
You did.
Oh, the dates,
Control time.
yeah, you have the
Dates of what?
dates to set up, hopefully a final meeting with the zoning, with the solar farm rather? Do you have the dates?
Yeah.
May
Is it
22nd,
on
May
here? May
29th?
22nd?
Okay. Is that too soon? Yes. Is that too soon for us? We can pick one of these dates, schedule, or just reopen the public hearing again?
Have anybody looked at it? You know, I got a copy of the, most of the pages I was looking at of the model that Orange County put out. And I was trying to compare it to what we had. There's so much.
Once, twice.
Yeah, but, I mean, just to compare the model to what we have, has anybody looked at it? 'Cause
I have.
So if we're gonna open up the public hearing,
Well, we have to look at it.
that's what I'm saying,